The final video I'm going to show you on tree measuring tools is using the diameter tape. And as the name implies, the diameter tape is for measuring tree diameter. The diameter we take of the tree is measured at a standard height of 1.4 meters or 4.5 feet. So the conversion of the height measurement is actually 1.37 meters from the standard 4.5 feet. So to make it easy, we'll call it 1.4 meters. Some sources will say 1.3 meters, and it's just because of that mathematical conversion which makes things slightly different. But the standard height that we measure at 1.4 meters is called DBH, and that stands for diameter at breast height. So the DBH is the diameter at breast height because on average 1.4 meters for most people is somewhere around breast level. So it's just, instead of having to pull out a tape measure every time to find a marking, we use 1.4 meter kind of as a standard mark on our bodies, which is roughly chest level for most people, and then we take the diameter there. This gets any sort of diameter measurement up above the root flare, as you can see in this example down here, the flaring and any sort of obstruction that might influence the diameter size of the tree. We get it up to 1.4 meters where the diameter kind of levels out a little bit. So unless it's otherwise stated, all tree diameters are taken at breast height. And when you're using the diameter tape, you'll pull that out and you'll notice on the tape that it is two-sided. One side, we call it the back side, is a standard metric tape, so it's in decimeters. So you can see that these are 30, 40, and just regular centimeters here. The other side, when you look at it quickly, appears to be imperial. So if metric was on one side, it looks like imperial or inches is on the other side. But if you look more closely, it says the diameter, this is the little sign for diameter, but the diameter is in centimeters and millimeters. Okay, this represents a centimeter and this represents a millimeter. Why it is such a long stretched centimeter is because it takes into account tree diameter. Okay, so it does the math formula for us to convert in fine tree diameter. So in other words, a standard tape measure, when we measure around the tree, as we do with the diameter tape, we're measuring around the tree at breast height. A standard tape measure is measuring circumference. So if we just use that metric side of the tape or the centimeter side of the tape that you saw on the first slide, the standard centimeter, we're measuring circumference or around the log. What we want to know about the tree is what is the diameter, the measurement across the tree. Okay, and of course when we're looking at a cross section of a cut tree, sure, we can find diameter, but on a standing tree we want to find diameter quickly and easily so that we don't have to find circumference divided by pi in order to get that diameter. Okay, so this diameter tape has taken into account the circumference reading, and by converting the math and putting it into a scale for us, we're able to quickly and easily find the actual diameter without any sort of math, just with a quick reading. And so here's our example. We go measure at breast height. There's a hook that you'll find on the diameter tape to hook into the bark, and which doesn't harm the tree, it just is an anchor point for us, so one person can do this. And we try to keep the diameter tape as level and even as we can all the way around the tree. And remember to read the mark at the 0. Here's the 0 mark here, so that tells me right here is our diameter. So the diameter of this tree is 28.9 centimeters. So the process of measuring tree diameters as follows. Locate the tree height, measuring height I should say of the tree at 1.4 meters or breast height. Use the hook at the end of the diameter tape to grasp into the bark. Walk around the tree, keeping the diameter tape as level as you can at breast height all the way around, and record the measurement that you see to the nearest millimeter. We'll be practicing this in lab later on this semester, and of course be using it throughout your program here at Fleming.